Welcome back, dear ones. Welcome, welcome. Well, guess what? We are almost there. We are almost there, dear ones, because today I am sharing a few thoughts on our 12th and final point of our Sisterhood of the Moon Leadership Code of Ethical Conduct. Our 12th point. I maintain that all beings are equal in the eyes of the goddess. I maintain that all beings are equal in the eyes of the goddess. Well, it sometimes surprises me that this needs to be said. Our tradition is called Sisterhood of the Moon, and yet this does not mean that we don't see our brothers and other gendered siblings as equal and valid, as whole and holy. Words matter. Words matter, beloveds, and so I'd like to share a bit about why our tradition is named Sisterhood of the Moon, even though we offer circles and connections that are not only for women. Firstly, it is extremely important to note that we are a matriarchal tradition and that a matriarchy is not the opposite of the patriarchy. A matriarchy is not the opposite of the patriarchy. In 2014, an article was written by Carol Christ. And in this article, she talks about her study of the book called Societies of Peace, which was written by Heidi Gottner Abendroth. And Heidi, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Carol Christ writes, and this is a rather long excerpt, but each word is worth it. Carol Christ writes, matriarchies are societies that honor mothers and consider care and generosity values they associate with motherhood to be the highest values. In affirming values associated with motherhood, matriarchal societies are not essentialist. They do not affirm that only women can be nurturers of life. Quite the opposite. They assert that the highest role for anyone, male or female or other, is to nurture life. This is so far from the way that we think that it will be easy to misconstrue what is being said. In matriarchal societies, men are not dominated, and as anthropologists have long understood, men do hold power. Men hold power as brothers and uncles. However, men do not dominate because mothers and grandmothers also hold power. Together, great uncles and grandmothers create an egalitarian system where everyone's voice can be heard. The power to dominate is not held to be the highest value. Let me say that again. The power to dominate is not to be held as the highest value. This, dear ones, is the vision we are working towards in our sisterhood, where all are welcome. From our writings on inclusivity, we say, and we mean, and we believe, in a world that seems increasingly hostile, divisive, and fragmented, our community is a soft place to land. As such, we have purposely chosen expansion as a guiding principle for our work. At all times, we aspire to be ever more inclusive, ever more compassionate, ever more kind, and ever more loving. Our community operates from the foundation that we are all one. We are all one. Our community respects, believes in, and celebrates diversity. We are committed to providing a sacred and inspirational space for all to honor, celebrate, and learn, where respect for one another is paramount. While we will always offer sacred spaces that are for women only, Sisterhood of the Moon is a matriarchal community that is also in deep service to all people of integrity. We offer open public circles which welcome people of all gender identities, transgender, non-binary, gender non-conforming, cisgender, etc. And we will always welcome people of any and all colors, traditions, and ethnicities. As Shara Lauren writes, matriarchy is stepping outside the authoritarian model and into a cooperative model. Matriarchy is stepping outside the authoritarian model and into a cooperative model. Until the patriarchy falls, extractive capitalism ends, and masculine descriptors are no longer considered the neutral default, we will continue to use the word sisterhood with the understanding that this sisterhood is open to all, that we are all in partnership with one another, where power is shared, with love at the center, collectively holding an egalitarian vision for a better world for all beings. We are all one. We are all one. Our often exhausted, violent, and brutal world is in deep need of the healing, compassionate balm of belonging, of all people understanding that they are included, respected, heard, supported, empowered, loved, worthy, and sacred exactly as they already are. I maintain that all beings are equal in the eyes of the goddess. And so it is. And so it is, dear ones. Thank you from my heart for taking this long, long journey with me. We are now officially complete with this chapter together. And with all the love in my heart, I remind you that I am still taking suggestions for our next voyage together. I'd love to know what themes or topics you'd like to hear me discuss beginning early next year, 2023. I'm always, always, always open to your ideas. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments, or you can send me a private email. My gratitude and love to all of you. I am so grateful. And I love you all. And love is at the center. And we are all one. Blessed be.